My name is Gumption Creque. By the end of this talk, you'll know why they call me Gumption. I'm from a small island in the Caribbean called Virgin Gorda, located in the British Virgin Islands, or known as the UK Virgin Islands. We are 60 miles east into the beautiful sunrise of San Juan, Puerto Rico, 40 miles west of St. Martin, and just a few meters from the world-known Necker Island. Population of Virgin Gorda, 5,000 people. My title talk, 9 no's, 1 yes, how not quitting my dream helped to change my life, to help change other people's lives. From being a high school dropout to protecting endangered sea turtles, now possibilities of going to space, my friend Sir Richard Branson. When did it happen? How did it happen? This is my story. School, it was like a disaster to me. I'm dyslexic, or I feel so. The torture of school and books and words and numbers was very dreadful to me. Everyone got up to the teacher with their books before me while I'm still on the first line. This led to frustration. At grade 8, I left school to find work where work was available. By that time, I was already introduced to this boat. The guy had a special for $15. I didn't have the money. I was told to come off of the boat. Ironically, I ended up working for the same guy. Time will pass. I will be working for a resort. And on a beautiful Tuesday, I was terminated by a multi-millionaire. The Friday of that very same week, I was rehired by a multi-billionaire. And then I realized things wasn't that bad after all. I work on the island called Necker for Sir Richard Branson part-time as guest services, water sports, and beach tent, where I served. Eventually, the boat went for sale. Since I worked for the guy, he gave me the first preference. I drying up the boat, decided I want to bring this to reality. I realized being a high school dropout, I'm smart enough that I can't take this to the bank. I went out and I seek professional help. I got a business plan that was so convinced, even if it was a lie, it would have convinced itself. I went to 4 different banks. 3 banks right away shut me down. The 4th bank, come like a bank that's already approved the loan, basically give you the check, but want to see how bad you really want it. The bank is playing the bank game. You are familiar with the bank game. So I decided to carry on with the bank game. Eventually, it led me to frustration. I decided to move on and go to family and friends who could have probably loaned me the money and then get it back with interest. Number 1 through 7 wanted to purchase, they had no interest. Number 8 wanted to purchase my dream. They liked the ideas, they liked the vision of it. They had the money in their back pocket. They didn't need to go to the bank. They wanted to cash in. They wanted to purchase the boat, live in Chicago, United States, have a Caribbean business, have me as the manager, then be the owner. I told them that's a brilliant idea. I'll get back to you next week. Never passed back. And right then and then I realized I have to be very, very careful with who I tell my dreams to. There's a lot of people that have money. No passion, no zest, no ideas. It's people who are just like me, who is broke, down and out, who dream, fantasize about doing something. We just need to have that chance. So I decided I'm gonna take my idea home. Literally home. Someone that loved me, cared for me, been honest to me, and she came for 9 beautiful months, my beautiful mom. When she told me no, there was not going any other further. And some reason I feel before I went to the banks and investors, she should have been the first person I should have gone to. But she told me no, not to be mean like the bank or the investors. She told me no to protect me from failure. It's an old boat. It's 21 years old. The guy is selling it for $30,000. She have evidence. It doesn't go out. It doesn't make money. That's why he's trying to sell it. A parent's job is to protect the children by all means, if you agree with them or not. I got frustrated. Friday come. What do we usually do on Friday? We go to a party. And that's why I met this guy. And he came into the party, saw I was a bit out of character. He's like, Gumption, is everything okay? Richard, I had a rough week with the banks, and he basically stopped me, called his personal assistant, gave me a card. Then he said after that, let's go back by the bar and have a drink. You can see we had a few drinks. I went home 1 o'clock a.m., pretty excited. I feel like I'm close to my goal. I feel it's about to happen. And I sent everything to his personal assistant. The 1st of April 2012, I received an email from the island manager on behalf of Sir Richard saying, hey, dude, Richard asked me to get in contact with you. Can you please send me what you got? I sent everything I sent to the PA. Even though they sent me that interest of Richard, I didn't wait for him to reply back to me. I still went out to reach out to a bank that seemed interested. The last thing this bank asked me to do was to get letters, recommendations from hotel, resorts, condos, saying they'll send their customers to me. So the bank could see that that's a way of income. I haven't heard back from that bank since. Time will pass, I'll be working on Necker Island. Richard is there. I wanted to ask him about the boat, but I really respect Richard. He works hard. When he's on Necker, I'll let him relax. But he asked me about the boat. Gumption, is anyone ever get in contact with the boat? No, Richard, no one hasn't. All right, I'll look into it. Then I told him the boat is on the island. For I did a trip for the owner of the boat at the time, half day, and I decided to come over to Necker for the rest of the day. He said, let's go for a spin. What is your plans? I want to have an educational glass bottom boat. The only way to protect the environment is through education. Those keywords catch him attention as he's very ocean fanatic. Okay, we went back to bed. He said, Gumption, I'm scheduled for a meeting in New York City today. When I come back on Friday, can we talk some more? I said, sure. He went to New York. Friday took a long time to come, but it did come. And now I'm back on the island. I took my business plan, photos, went up to his house, put it on the table. He put it under the table. What is your plans? What do you want to do? Then how much do you need? I need 30,000. But to be very honest, according to our survey, the boat actually only valued 23,000. He said, if I give you 30,000, I'm not quite sure if I'm helping or assisting you. I want to help and assist you. If I give you $50,000, I'm helping and assisting you. 30s for the guy, you have a boat in 20,000. Get insurance, startup money in case it's a problem. He gave me 13 tips to follow. Number 3 was trust. Number 7 was communication. And number 13 was have fun. I followed those advice and tips. And before you know it, bam, $50,000 on a check from Sir Richard Branson. Yeah, this, I felt pretty amazing for this. I got the check, then on my way home, I received an email from him. At this point, it was only managers and assistants and PAs, personal assistants. Now there's a check for email from Richard himself. And I read this email 1,000,000 times, so I know it word for word. And I decided, well, what happened really happened. I went to the bank, I changed it, bam, got the logo for the business. After that, promotion shots. Then I work hard, and in 6 months after the 19th of October 2012, I paid him back in full. When I paid him back, I got access to his island. I'm the only person on earth who can take non-guests who is willing to spend $67,000 per day over to his island for $80 for 2 hours and see the conservation side of the island. Necker is not just about rich and famous go. It's a place that transformed from being a recording studio resort to a place where endangered species are there. The only way to protect the environment, conservation, is through education. The tours we provide, hosted by myself, is educational tour. Then I work hard, then bam, something that Richard doesn't have yet. Being in business, things will happen. If someone told you that they're working with a bee farm for 20 years, it never been one sting before, they was not working with bees. Unless the head office was in New York and the bee farm was in the Virgin Islands. My boat sank. My dreams, my hopes, everything went down to the bottom of the ocean. What made it worse is that this photo was photographed and shared very coldly, negatively on social media. I decided to take all of the energy and put it into my crystal ball towards the future. A friend of mine emailed me, Gumption, sorry about your boat. You did so much for people and environment. You ever heard of GoFundMe? Like, no, never heard of a GoFundMe. He's like, all right, let me see what we can do. And then set up a GoFundMe. And within 30 days, there was 92 donors, $15,139 from people from locally and around the world. People pay for the trip in advance. And before you know it, back up and running. And then I work hard. In 2016, bam. I went into business with no sort of education about business. And I followed 3 of my rules. Having an open mind, thinking like a customer. If you know you will never, ever, ever buy a pizza for $30, don't sell it for $30. Simple. And thirdly, have fun. Once you have fun, your guests have fun, everybody's gonna have fun. But being in business, we just can't focus on money. And we have to have a purpose beyond profit, a positive purpose beyond profit. And since we are a glass bottom boat, making money off of the ocean is the only way to put money back into the ocean. And that's why I started Save the Turtles BVI. Save the Turtle, this turtle here was purchased from a fisherman after the day's catch. I bought it for $50. I let it go again. He's happy. He has $50. I'm happy the turtle is out. My idea for this program is legislation, tagging, and education. It's our culture to catch turtle for food and jewelry. But I'm trying to change the taboo, mainly because they're listed as endangered. That's my whole key point. Being in business, we have to have a purpose. And my purpose is that I'm not a high school graduate, but if I can help buy tools so others can get an education, then I want to use my business to do so. So I really get involved in a lot of meaningful activities as well. Before all of the Richard Branson hype, many years ago, I figured that I can help make a difference with my Cancer Society in the BVI. I decided if I get signatures from people who are famous, I can one day auction it and I'll proceed to go towards the cause. This t-shirt is signed by Kate Winslet, Leonardo DiCaprio, Larry Page of Google, Richard Branson, wife and kids, Rafa Nadal, who played tennis, Jimmy Buffett, Princess Beatrice of York, just to name a few. And one day this is going to make a difference. My whole idea is to remind people that dreaming big is so important. We have to dream realistically. We have to think big. We have to know that we can be more. I'm not promoting being a high school dropout. I'm promoting dreaming big and reaching up for your goals. These things can happen and work together if we only work together as a human team, not as a human race. A human race are those who is competing against one another. A human team are those who is building with one another. One small business making a difference can only do so much. It's like a spider web. One spider web can hold a butterfly. If all the spider webs were to unite, they can hold an elephant. If all the businesses were to unite, we can actually change the whole world. And that's what I'm trying to do as a person who got into business, to be more than what people thought I would be. This April 23rd, I received an email from TEDxWilmington to be right here I am, telling this amazing story about someone who never quit, who never gave up after being told no 9 times. And because I was told yes, what happened now, we have a program in the Virgin Islands called the Branson Center of Entrepreneurship. My friend Richard Branson set up a program where BVI Islanders can submit email, get mentorship, and have a chance of getting finance and having a dream idea come to life. What if the bank said yes? How realistic would this happen? A new change has came, and I'm proud to be that change. Thank you.